Hey yo, what is up guys? Your boy is back with yet another video, and today we are talking about a really good wrestling show, and that is Backlash. Oh, sorry, I gotta fix this camera here. Backlash 2004, and yeah, this is very much a two-match show. Like most matches I've been talking about this, where you like in WWE at the time with Vince McMahon, it's like you got the opener, middle of the show, main event, and yeah, here we go. So, show opens with Ric Flair versus Shelton Benjiman, and this was a solid derby. Very 1980s style match. 1970s, 1980s. Lots of slaps, lots of chops, lots of punches, kicks thrown. Some wrestling was happening here early on in the show, folks. And me, I'm a fan of it. I'm all here for some wrestling. And yeah, so this was a pretty decent match. Ric Flair locked on a figure four. That was probably the biggest part of the match here. I went for some brass knucks. Shelton Benjiman hits a flying clothesline, picks up the W, riding off into the sunset. This is before the super kick from Shawn Michaels. So yeah, Shelton Benjiman, uber athletic. We'll see where he takes off from here. I can't really remember much about Shelton Benjiman between this time. I know he was kind of a semi-big deal from here to about 2007, and that was kind of his biggest run as a single in WWE, as a wrestler. This was probably his height here. So yeah, pretty good match. Jonathon Coachman versus Tajiri. This is a strange match. It's sometimes you'll watch old shows and stuff and you're like, who's this guy? And this was one of those cases where you had a who's this guy moment. And Jonathon Coachman is okay, I know who Jonathon Coachman is. Most of you probably know who Jonathon Coachman is if you watched during the Ruthless Aggression era. You know who Tajiri is. Tajiri was a solid undercarder. This is a very strange match. I can't even really just describe really what I was watching here. It's I was expecting there to not really be much wrestling, but then there was some wrestling happening in this match, and yeah. Jonathon Coachman gets his help from this Harris guy who comes out. I had no clue who Harris was, where Harris went, what Harris did after this, if he just appeared one day on the planet and disappeared ever since. Very strange, just undercard match. I don't know what was going on. Jonathon Coachman, the most I saw, I remember him just getting clowned by DX in 06. That's my recollection of Jonathon Coachman. So yeah, apparently he was an NBA player. Yeah, I don't know, weird match. If you want to watch a weird wrestling match, go watch this one. You'll be like, what am I watching? Next up here, we got Chris Jericho versus Christian and Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus, she just looked fantastic this weekend at the Elimination Chamber. And yeah, so here she is, still was probably in her prime here when she was teaming with Christian. She looked amazing here. It was a really funny thing where it's where Christian was I'm just going to beat Chris Jericho down in this match, and then you're just going to come in and get the 1, 2, 3, honey. And Trish's I love it. And then the match happens, and Chris Jericho, and there was a lot of move. There's when you're watching a Chris Jericho match from this time, there is so much little intricacies, bouncing off the ropes, turning Irish whips, and spinning, slaps, chops, coming off the ropes, getting kicked out of the ring, back in the ring. It's you needed some conditioning if you were wrestling Chris Jericho back in the day. Holy shit. This was a really crazy derby. Christian has some wicked conditioning, but damn, they were up, down, sideways, over here, up there. It's wow, this is ping, bang, boom, bang, ping, bang. So already third match on the show, we're just witnessing all these different kind of styles going on here in WWE. Trish Stratus, she'd get tagged in from time to time and get kicked around Chris Jericho. And yeah, it was kind of funny to watch, is watching her kind of get trapped in the ring, and then Chris Jericho, I think he spanks her at one point in this match. So if you're into that, the match actually ends when Chris Jericho hits an enziguri on Christian. Lol. So Chris Jericho, he gets his revenge from WrestleMania 20. Next match here, Victoria entering as women's champion versus Lita. Lita looked great here. I can see why so many people are such a big fan of hers. She looked like such a superstar walking out to the ring here, and she got a pretty good reaction from the crowd. Victoria, you know what? This was a solid grappling match. There was just a lot of roll-ups and going for pins and covers and stuff. I was almost surprised they didn't just go with it and like minute in, someone gets 3 counted right off the bat. But no, this actually turns into a really, really good women's match. Yeah, so like Lita, she went for a moonsault at one point here. I think she misses the moonsault, and she had a really, really nice twist of fate. Victoria is a really, really good athlete, and she's really, really strong. And actually, yeah, she does pick up the win off a roll-up. She does counter into a cradle and manages to pin Lita. So yeah, kind of as the match was, it was, baby. She won it. So yeah, just a solid ladies match. So yeah, we're just cruising along here. We got really, really good wrestling happening here, a lot of different styles. And here we are coming up to what even Randy Orton himself might consider the best match of his career. Randy Orton versus Mick Foley in a hardcore match. And I might go as far as to say this is the greatest hardcore match in WWE ever. I don't think anything really, really comes close to this. Like, this, like, took Randy Orton from here to here. Like, after this match, like, Randy Orton was like, man, he got his ass kicked in this match. This is just such like an iconic WWE match of the time. It just like defines everything kind of about the Ruthless Aggression era. And yeah, so if you're a fan of the Attitude Era, this is just a match like straight up your alley. Randy Orton, the pretty boy, versus Mick Foley, the freaking fourth line grinder out there. And Mick Foley came to play here. Holy shit, was this match brutal as fuck. Like, oh my, there was just so much happening in this match. Randy Orton trying to like start off with this bat that's wrapped in barbed wire that gets caught in the rope. Mick Foley comes in with Barbie, and Jerry Lawler's just freaking out on commentary the whole time, and Jim Ross is just like, oh well, if he dies, he dies. Go Foley, go goalie mama. What is it, Mama Foley's baby boy, as he would say. So yeah, this is, yeah, really, really insane shit that happened here. So yeah, the garbage can comes into effect. I think Randy Orton got pounced by that. They're just brawling around on the outside. I think Mick Foley gets back body dropped on the steel grate. That had to just have sucked. They're like back in the ring. The thumbtacks come out. That was nasty, watching Orton get slammed into the thumbtacks and watching the ref do a 3 count in the thumbtacks. The thumbtacks were absolutely brutal. The barbed wire of Mick Foley getting thrown in it and then his hair getting caught up in it. They brawl to the top of the aisleway. Mick Foley does a flying elbow onto Randy Orton onto like some like barricade thing on the outside. Match ends with Randy Orton hitting a freaking RKO on the barbed wire bat. Oh man, and like he had the thumbtacks in his back for probably like a solid 10-15 minutes. Like after he got hit with the thumbtacks, got thrown into them, yeah, it still kept going, and the ref counted a 3 into that. You know what's funny about this? This is actually even the first time I talked about this match on this channel. I actually did like a review of the Evolution of the Predator DVD, which this match is on, like a long time ago. I talked about it there. Yeah. Anyways. So yeah, this match is just totally crazy and insane. If you're into hardcore wrestling, if you're into WWE, or you just like wrestling in general, watch this match. Easy 5-star match. This match is just like, I can't say enough good things about it. Even at the end, Jerry Lawler's like about Randy Orton. Jerry's like, if Randy Orton could walk on water, you'd say he couldn't swing, JRs. And I thought that was just absolutely hilarious. So yes, absolute clanger, absolute derby, great wrestling match. So at the time, I'm like, oh, yo, the main event should be coming up here. Like, I knew there was going to be like another match. But then Law Resistance comes out. Hurricane and Rosey come out. I'm sorry. And this was a really strange match. Eugene comes out. The crowd kind of goes apeshit over Eugene. Nothing's really good. It's kind of everything just gets focused on what Eugene's doing. Hurricane hits a nice crossbody on the outside. And then Hurricane wins with a neck breaker. There was really nothing to this other than just Eugene came out. So that's all I'll really say about it. Next up, so I thought the main event was coming up here, but then actually we got another match here, and it was a match I really liked. It was Edge versus Kane. I love Kane. I especially love Kane kind of around this time. Even though I love masked Kane, but I even like when he's not masked too. I don't know. I just love Kane. You know what I'm saying? Just strong, tough. I miss Kane. I miss Kane. I wish Kane was still around. It's nice seeing him here, especially when he's just in such good shape and stuff, moving around the ring. And here was just a solid 2004 derby for the boys. Kane just working over Edge. Edge had just come back. I guess he still had a broken wrist or something at this point. And yeah, Kane really worked him over for like a lot of this match. Worked over his arm, hit a nice sidewalk slam. It's Kane off the top rope, flying clothesline. Oh man, I like this match. I really like this match. So Edge goes for a spear on Kane. The ref, I wish more refs did this. He dives like out of the ring. And then while the ref's out there, Edge smokes Kane with the cast over his head, then hits a spear on him and picks up the dub. And Edge is back. I think at the next show is Vengeance 2004, where he challenges Randy Orton. So yeah, Edge is back on a hot streak. This is like Edge's climb to the top here, and he's like going to enter the main event level. He had to go through the gatekeeper Kane to get there. So yeah, solid derby. It's just a forgotten gem. There's a couple forgotten gems here. Really good stuff. Next up, finally a match that I really, really wanted to watch again. I'd only seen this match once. I watched it when I was like 16. So that's over 10 years ago. It was the only time I saw this. And I love this match. This is just a totally forgotten about match. Again, for obvious reasons. But it's a great wrestling match. And here it is. It's Chris Benoit's homecoming. Chris Benoit versus Triple H versus Shawn Michaels in a rematch from the WrestleMania 20 main event. Here we go. We have it happening right here. And I love this match. I don't give a shit. I love this match. It was so cool. Benoit got a mass standing ovation here from the crowd. Shawn Michaels was getting booed. You screwed Brett. You screwed Brett. And Triple H, he's getting booed too. Not as bad as Shawn Michaels was, but, Shawn Michaels, he looked great in this match. Just all guys came to play. The show took place in Edmonton, Alberta. I wish I would have got the chance to go to it when I was that age. I would have loved it. I would have went ape shit had I got to see this shit live. But yeah, absolutely amazing, amazing wrestling match. I cannot highly, highly recommend going out of your way to see this enough. Triple H, Benoit, and Shawn Michaels, they just have such crisp wrestling styles that this match, the first 10 minutes was just punches, kicks, grappling, getting out of the moves, getting in the moves, and there was submissions and stuff throughout it where Benoit would have Triple H in a submission, or Triple H would have Benoit in a crossface, and yeah, there was all these submission holds. Shawn Michaels goes for a crossbody off the top, misses both Benoit and Triple H, takes him out, so then Triple H and Benoit are going at it for a while, and yeah, this match is just absolutely insane. And then Triple H is trying to get the sledgehammer involved in this. Shawn Michaels fights him off, and it's the whole time you're like, oh man, the match is going to end here. It just takes you on just such a roller coaster ride the entire time. And yeah, this is just, it's such a fun match to watch. I actually like this match better than the WrestleMania match. And then Benoit winning with the sharpshooter in the last little bit of the match. And Shawn Michaels trying not to tap out, trying to get out of it. And yeah, ultimately succumbs to the sharpshooter in Canada. Great wrestling match. I love this triple threat match. This might be my favorite triple threat match in WWE. Yeah, it's close. It's definitely close. I actually, you know what? I think this is probably it. It's either this one or the main event 20 match, and then probably WrestleMania 30. So yeah, there's a few options there for triple threat matches. But yeah, this is probably my all-time favorite triple threat match right here. I love this match. And I think everyone should watch this, regardless of anything. So, that is it for this video. Join me for my next video. I have one more, and then I'm going to be getting into some WrestleMania reviews leading up to WrestleMania 41 here. So yeah, remember guys, star ratings are in the description below. Remember to like the video, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.